Righto. Sorry, Red. It's taken me this long to get this to you. Look, that's the bolt that I've modified as a sort of bit of a shoe last. Just welded some of the nuts onto the thread so that the vise can grip onto it, and filed down the head because it had some rough branding on the bolt head, so I just made it smooth so it didn't damage the inside of the shells. But that bend is such that it can reach into, like, right up into the toe area of the boots. I'll give you a bit of a demo. So the bolt goes in there, and you can use that as a last and get a fair bit of pressure on that, instead of just having one of those things that Bond had that's just like a set of clamps with a cup on one side and a dome bit on the other. Really only punch out locally, like in a little lump, and I don't like doing that because I think it needs to be stretched over a bigger area. And if you were forcing you know, that thing that looks like a melon baller in there just to stretch there, the material has to go from somewhere, so that lump that you produce will be quite thin. Whereas if you heat up a bigger area and basically massage it out a bit wider over a larger area, you're pulling the material from further out, so it's not going as thin. But how you heat it up is just as important as well, so I'll show you how I do it. Probably wouldn't do that on anyone else's, it's just that I don't really care. The other thing with these next boots is this bit here, where the toe guard goes, is really thin. Like, it's only about 1 millimetre thick there, so when you're stretching it, you've got to be careful not to go overboard in that area. These other vented areas as well, have to be a little bit careful there because the material's thin and you don't want to distort the vent too much. It's like that on the Next, and the Rollerblade RB Cruiser's got the vents with that detail on the side. The other thing is, when you do stretch it, I've already had a go at this side once before, this bit here becomes a bit misshapen, so you've also got to, like on these Next, depending how far you take it, sometimes there's a bit of tolerance there and it's fine. Other times you actually have to heat up the toe guard a little bit to mould it around. And on the pair that I actually used, because I had to get really brutal with them, I actually had to get the Dremel and sort of concave the inside surface of the toe guard so that it'd fit a bit more flush. It's not perfect, but it's what I had to do because I've got Neanderthal feet. But these ones I'm just going to go a bit gentler on, and it's really important when you're heating them not to just torch the outside, because like you'll just blister the surface like a creme brulee, and the inside will still be cool to the touch. You've got to do it gradually and let the convection heat up the material all the way through, and I do it till it's just too hot to leave my fingers on the inside. And that's what I've found with this plastic, at least, is like a good temperature to get some stretch out of the plastic. So I'll just show you me doing that. Do this side. Like I said, I don't just heat it up locally around where I want to stretch it. I heat it up a little bit further afield, just so that the material can pull and isn't just stretching from a really concentrated area. For this demonstration I could actually turn this over and do the inside, but if you've got a complete skate, Also what I do is, you know, you obviously pull the liner out and the, what do they call it? It's not an insole, but it's like just a protective plastic thing on the inside to cover all of the hardware. So I pull that out so that that doesn't get distorted. And if the frames and wheels are still on, I just wrap a damp cloth around them, and I also use alfoil, like off an alfoil tray, just to cover bits up. And I even do it with all the cuffs and everything on, and like I said, I just cover them with foil just to protect them from any stray heat from the gun. That's effing hot already. Don't know if you can see, it doesn't do anything to the surface. It's not blistered or doesn't make it shiny or affect the texture at all. But with these next ones, you can really tell when you're taking it to the limit on these lines around near where the toe protector goes on, because they go very shiny, like they're about to go molten, but haven't had any disasters yet. But like I said, I just keep doing that. Now that's getting really hot on the inside, which is what you want. You don't want it cooking on the outside and raw on the inside. Now I'm going to focus on the actual bolt, or the last, and then if that takes me too long to get that organised, I might hit this with a little bit more heat and just show you what it looks like when you're actually stretching it. This is going to be hilarious if the bolt punches through the boot. It won't, I'm just kidding. Let's have a crack. Don't know whether you can see that bulging up there. You can see the bolt running underneath. It's a fair bit of pressure. Don't know that the camera is going to pick anything up here. I'll get it against the white background, see if that helps. No, it doesn't help, you can't see anything. But that's distinctly bulged out there now. Haven't ruined anything. Like I said, the only The only problem with this one is the pen mark. Might do it again and just see if I can get somewhere where the bulge will become obvious. I should have put some calipers in there to measure the internal width, just to show you the change that it makes. But I've also got one of these shoe stretcher things, but because of the profile on it at the sides, it'd be good for leather shoes, but on the plastic it pretty much only stretches along this line here, so right down in the footbed and above your toes it doesn't stretch it. So already tried it and failed with that one. Yeah, there might be, you can see a faint watermark after you've heated it that it's had heat on it, but yeah, that's how I do it. I'm going to do one more on this other side. Try and show you a bit more. Don't even know whether this is in the frame, but you can see it. Like I'm really taking this a fair way this time, just because it's my own boot. I don't have to be careful. I don't care if it looks a little bit cooked, but it doesn't. It's still fine. But if it did, it wouldn't worry me. Hoping you can see that rolling over there. Tough as old boots. Now you probably won't even be able to tell, but yeah, the actual shape is starting to change around here. These, like on the rollerblade RB Cruisers, very straight through here for some reason. I don't know anybody that's got a straight foot that doesn't have a knuckle near their big toe, but anyway. Just going to do a little bit more here, right near that problem area where the big toe goes. But if it's not a specific pressure point anyway, if you take it a couple of millimeters on each side, you're creating the room for the whole width of the foot anyway. And the liner has to go somewhere too, so I've found like even going up sometimes gives the liner somewhere to go. Should have done a before and after, but definitely we've stretched that through there. I'll see if how much I've done the other one. So it wasn't even in the frame. Okay, so through here I've got a bit of a bulge happening there where it's straight, standard. Far out. Don't know whether you can see the difference between the stretched one and the standard one. That's the standard one, it's very straight down through there. Go and have a look at what I've filmed and see if there's anything salvageable.